Automated faceless channels are going viral. You must have come across some of these faceless channels that started not more than 6 months ago and are already pulling millions of views. This channel, for example, has published only 4 videos and is already at 75,000 plus subscribers in only 7 months. This tech faceless channel has 112,000 subscribers and its first video has 2.5 million views in 5 months. Many other channels like this, less than a year old, are pulling massive views and subscriber counts without having to show their face. It turns out there is a reason for that. Unlike before, YouTube now pushes videos from small channels as they do with big channels. Subscriber counts don't matter anymore. As long as the YouTube algorithm thinks the video is high quality, they'll keep pushing the video. This is the same strategy used by TikTok. I've spent the last 8 days studying these channels, and after watching all of their videos and progress, it turns out that all of these channels have these 4 similarities, and this is the reason they were able to pull out many views in a short time. The number 3 point is the most crucial, and you should start implementing it on your channel as well. Number 1 is branding. The most crucial aspect of branding when it comes to YouTube channels is a face. You don't need to be told the importance of showing your face on your thumbnail and videos. Take a look at Mr. Beast's channel, for example. If you watch Mr. Beast's channel a lot, the first thing you will notice when you see any of his thumbnails is his face before you are drawn to other objects on the thumbnail. And finally, the video title, which will automatically make you click on the video. Although you are creating a faceless channel, you also need a face. Some of these channels use a talking head avatar like this one, or a still image like this channel, and you could also use a channel logo like this other channel. At the same time, you can also create something like this tech channel. I can't tell if this character is AI or if the person recorded himself talking with a mask, because it looks kind of real, like someone talking. That's just how crazy AI could be. But one thing that is for sure is the background is fake and the voice is AI generated. The voices in all of his videos are different and sound more like AI to me. Maybe he records himself with a mask demonstrating what he is saying with his hands. Anyways, what I'm saying is you could do the same. Whatever you choose to use, if you own a faceless channel, you need an identity. A face you could put on your YouTube thumbnail and video so that you could be recognizable by your viewers. Also, when editing your video, there are just some parts where you don't seem to find anything to show on the screen. I just need someone to be on the screen talking. Instead of showing a very boring frame, you should use your channel's avatar, be it a talking head avatar or a moving image to describe yourself talking. Using an avatar or having an identity is not the reason these channels get a lot of views in the first place. The face, logo, or avatar is just to help their subscribers create a mutual relationship with their channel, so they could have loyal subscribers coming back always to watch their content. Now let's get to the actual things they do to get a lot of people binge watching their channel, and this takes us to our second point, which is the thumbnail. If you're already creating videos, you should know how important your thumbnail is, because it determines 50% of the results of the video. I won't be the first person to tell you that your channel thumbnail needs to be of high quality, simple, make people want to see what happens next, the role of numbers on a thumbnail, or making people curious about how you're able to achieve something. I guess you probably know all of this. I'm just going to jump right into what all of these faceless channels are doing right now that makes people click on their videos in the first place. First, let's talk about their design approach. When you visit your YouTube homepage, which is where most of the YouTube views come from, so many videos will be shown to you, and the problem is that most of the videos thumbnail looks similar and your eyes will only be able to catch only a few, which will in turn draws your attention, and then you click on it. In order to get ahead of the crowd and always draw people's attention to their thumbnails, this faceless channel design approach is one of a kind. Here's what I mean. Look at this picture. Which of the X here draws your attention? That is what these new channels are doing right now to stay out of the crowd. Take a look at the thumbnails from these channels. What do you notice? Glow effect. The glow effect helps distinguish between the primary object and the secondary object. What I mean by this is, when it comes to designs, there are objects you want people's attention to be drawn to, and then other objects are secondary. They just help to beautify the image and also to make the primary object pop more. Using this glow effect on text makes the text rich. Instead of going for a plain text like this, they went for rich text with 2 colors and then make it glow so that people's attention is drawn to the text. Although I don't see this as a necessity, because I prefer my thumbnails to be very simple and basics, you know. I like keeping my thumbnails very simple. But again, I'm just pointing out what the channels are doing with their thumbnails. They also do this with objects on the thumbnail to make them pop even more and make people see them, clearly distinguishing the object from the background. When you play this thumbnail thumbnail size with other thumbnails on YouTube. You can distinguish them. Now, I know what you are probably thinking. If everybody does this, again, everybody's thumbnail will look the same. But as of the moment, only a few are using this thumbnail strategy. So you can implement that to see if it works for you. There are many other things they do to make their thumbnails better, especially when it comes to the psychological aspect of thumbnails, which is the force that drives the click. But that will be for another video. Let's move to number 3, which is probably the most important: retention editing. If you haven't heard about the term retention editing before, it is simple. It is just editing practice to hook viewers to watch your video to the end. This is done by stimulating your dopamine by constantly changing objects on the screen with a lot of zooms in and out, transitions, animations, and sound effects to hook you. Both faceless and non-faceless channels are doing this. This is an editing technique used by most entertainment channels, and education channels are also doing this as well. Your video comprises of A-roll, which is you sitting in front of a camera talking. For faceless channels, that will be your avatar doing the talking. And then we have B-rolls, which could be stock videos, animations, screenshots, and so on. What you just need to do is have a lot of B-roll that could be as long as your entire video. Then you edit your video such that you have a limited time where your face or avatar images shows up in the video, whereas most part of the video is B-roll. There are so many people who don't agree with retention editing, but many faceless channels are using this to grab their audience attention, thereby making them watch videos all to the end. And there are so many other editing tricks they use to hook their audience, which we won't get to in this video. The last thing I noticed with all of these channels is that they provide proof at the beginning of the video, right in the video intro. It is the proof that made people stick around to watch the video through to the end.
I'm a 17-year-old YouTuber and professional video editor with millions of views and years of experience to my name.
6 months ago, I started a YouTube Shorts channel that has already gotten over 34 million views.
If you don't have proof,
we go explain because no evidence.
You need to prove to the audience that you know what you are saying right from the get-go. It's not a must, it has to be what you have experienced. It might just be proof from other channels, like I said in my YouTube intro. Faceless channel has 112,000 subscribers and its first video has 2.5 million views in 5 months. These 4 things alone will not get you a lot of views if you don't know how to properly script your YouTube videos, especially the art of storytelling. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because in my next video, I will show you how to properly script YouTube video from scratch to keep your audience retention checked. That's it for this video. See you guys in the next one.